Hi, welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Thanks for joining me in the treehouse today. Today's project is the second installment in a series that's called either Imitating or Mimicking DSP. And DSP is Designer Series Paper. Now Stampin' Up! Has the best Designer Series paper. And sometimes you just want to add an embellishment or something to your card that matches or actually mimics the Designer Series paper. And on this one we're going to be doing that with this lovely Designer Series paper. Here's a little bit bigger strip of it. And this Designer Series paper is from the Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper that came out in the new mini catalog. This is the card that I made, and it opens like this. And this is how I imitated the Designer Series paper. And the tricks that I used for that, I used in the new embossing folder, which is the painted texture 3D embossing folder. So it gives that same, this really looks like the flowers have been oil painted, and it has that 3D embossing. It almost looks like you ought to be able to touch it and be able to feel the texture. And so that's what I did with the paper here on the flower. Now this flower came from the Peony, and different people call it different things. I've heard peony, but I've always said peony. So the Peony Dies are for these flowers. They're also for this edge on the pink. It also came from that same set. And then right here we used one more die, and that die set is the Stitched So Sweetly die set. And that is the green on here. All right, and let me tell you very quickly the dimensions in case you wanted to duplicate this on your own. And let me I will slide some of these papers over so that you can see the papers as I talk about them. So this pink is cut at 2 1/4 by 3 3/8, and this white piece is 3 by 1 7/8. And then the green, of course, is cut out with a Stitch So Sweetly. Okay, and then the DSP is cut at 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. And the pink border that would go around it is 2 1/2 by 4. And then the inside pink piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then of course your base, the green base, it's a 4 1/2 by 11 sheet of paper, and you're going to score it on the 5 1/2 piece, and then you're going to cut off 2 3/4 off. That's how it's easiest for me to think of that, to do it that way. So there you have it. And I think that's all the measurements. So let me show you what we did with the flower. And this was, we made this in one of our copy and cards classes. And so all these different pieces of the flower were first cut out with the die cut machine, and then I ran it through each of them, so you can put all of them into the folder at the same time and run them through to get that look. And then if you are not familiar with this particular set, the trick to this set is, if you'll look carefully at the bottom of these, they have a match. There's a match to each one. Like if you can see, there's the hook right there. Let me see if I can flip it. There we go. So if you can see that little divot, I will call it a divot, those line up. Those are exactly the same, and each one of the pieces has that excuse me, same thing. So here is you can look and see and check and see which one. So here is, this little point is right here, so it will go like that. And so those are all going to line up at the bottom, and you're also going to insert each one, the smaller one inside the larger one, like this. So you're going to do you're going to go up like that. And then this one goes into the bigger one. So then they'll all fit in there, and you can wiggle them around. You can also just line them all up. You can adhere them with like some of the Tombow glue or whatever, and then you've got it. And I tried to just kind of wiggle mine around till it actually looked like the other flowers. And let's see, I believe this was Night of Navy for my center. This pink was Melon Mambo. And I believe this was the Petal pink here, and this was probably Cherry Cobbler. So I was just trying to find papers that matched these, and so that's what I did. And I thought it turned out really well. Was really excited about finding another neat use for the peony die. So that is what I did. And on this one, I actually didn't even stamp anything. You could certainly stamp something on the inside, but you just put it together and you have a really pretty card, and you've got this 3D mimic of the DSP. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll try it and see if you've got any of these products on hand. If you don't, I'll put a link in the description to each of the products and their order numbers. And of course, I would love to hear comments, and most of all, I would love if you would hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for being with me in the treehouse, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.